So here's something that's been bothering me for a very, very, very long time, ever since we started making our channel, and that is people calling anything you make at home Pruno. By anything you make at home, I mean mead, wine, cider, beer, whatever it is, they say it's Pruno. This frankly pisses me off because it's insulting and disrespectful to the art of homebrew and winemaking, mead making, etc. I'm going to just pull out my phone and look up the definition of Pruno, just so that I don't say something that I shouldn't say. Pruno is an improvised alcoholic beverage often called prison hooch made by inmates in U.S. prisons from readily available ingredients like fruit, sugar, and bread, fermented in a plastic bag. It's known for its potent, often unpleasant flavor and variable alcohol content ranging from weak beer to strong wine depending on fermentation time and ingredients. The term can also refer to places in Italy such as villages in Salento and Stazema. What? That's new. I never heard that one before. So, basically, if it's made in prison, it's Pruno. If it's not made in prison, it's not Pruno. Too many people are calling it this stuff. Now, I know there's like a Reddit that's prison hooch or something like that, and they tend to work with, I've only looked at it a couple of times, lesser quality ingredients or simpler methods, things like that. But here's the thing. If you go to the store and you buy Welch's grape juice and you put yeast in it, it's not Pruno. It's actually wine. Because think about it. How's wine made? They take grapes, they squeeze the grapes, they get the juice out of the grapes, and they ferment it. It's fermented grape juice. That's what wine is. It's not Pruno. Pruno is dangerous. Pruno is, can be dangerous, doesn't have to be. It's not necessarily the most sanitary conditions that they're working in. A lot of times they're storing it in a toilet. So these are not things that you want to associate with your hobby. However, if you are one of those people that learned to make this thing because of an unfortunate incident or whatever got you into that situation, I feel for you. I can understand. But that doesn't mean that anything you make now that you're not in that situation is still Pruno. It is not. I've actually seen YouTube videos where someone showed making Pruno and then giving it to like a wine connoisseur or something like that. I'm like, well, first off, it's not Pruno. You showed us how you made it, which means no, it's not Pruno. The very definition means it is made by inmates in prison. That alone precludes it from being made at home. That's literally the definition. Now, the methods are another weird thing. They tend to use bread because there is somehow not killed yeast in bread, which always kind of struck me as a little bit strange, but it is actually true. There is still a little bit of live yeast. That just shows you how strong yeast actually is. They can overcome the baking of bread process, which is usually done at a very high temperature. So that's how they get their yeast source. I've heard of ketchup packets and lemon juice packets and all different various things, sometimes not done in the most sanitary of practices, done in a plastic bag that, hopefully they washed it. I'm imagining they probably did. And it said right in the definition, known for its unpleasant taste, or often unpleasant taste. That right there is not something I aspire to. I don't want to make something that tastes bad just because it has alcohol in it. If I want that, there's tons of commercial stuff you can buy that just tastes like crap and has alcohol in it. So yes, this is totally a rant, but this is something that we hear all the time. At least once a day, someone says, this sounds like prison wine. This sounds like Pruno to any of the brews that we have made. And I always just want to wonder, where are you getting this from? Because the difference from Pruno to wine is like night and day. They're not the same thing at all. They may both end up with some alcohol, but it's interesting because Pruno is actually made using a lot of bacteria and things like that can be very dangerous and toxic. It's not simply a clean fermentation of yeast. It's often more than just yeast. Like I said, it's bacteria and other things that are doing the fermentation process. It's not a healthy or good thing to do. And please, I do not want to hear from a bunch of people who were in the situation where they had to make this stuff on why it's so great and everything like that. I don't want to hear it. That's not what this video is about. This video is about, please stop calling your homebrew Pruno, because it's not Pruno. Pruno is definitely a very, very different thing. I don't know how many other ways I can say it. That's as far as I want to go with it. But if you're making mead, wine, cider, and beer at home, it's not Pruno. As always, guys, thanks so much for watching and have a great day.